Hello everyone, welcome to the tea processing course with me. I am the lecturer of this lesson, Fan Kill. Let's get to know a new type of tea in this lesson, white tea, and learn about the common types of white tea and their corresponding quality characteristics. Definition of white tea. Let's take a look at what white tea is. White tea is one of 6 major tea types in China, which is a micro-fermented tea. We usually define white tea as a product made from the fresh leaves of a specific tea tree species, which is subjected to withering, drying, and other production processes. History of white tea. White tea originated in the Tang and Song dynasties and matured in the Ming dynasty. From the 37th to 47th years of the Qianlong era of the Qing dynasty, the modern white tea was created from the Shuixian tea species. In Shuji Town, Zhenyang District, Nanping City, Fujian Province, which is also known as white peony. In the early Jia period, the strong buds of the vegetable tea variety in northern Fujian were made into yinzhen. In 1857, the Fuding Great White Tea Tree was transplanted from Taimu Mountain to Diantou Town, Fuding, where the cultivation and planting of great white tea began. In 1922, Zhenghe County also began to manufacture white peony, which was shipped to Hong Kong at more than double the price of ordinary black tea and green tea. In the 1970s, to meet the demand for export, Belen Tea Factory developed a new process, white tea, with a stronger taste, darker color, heavier taste, tighter strips, and heavier fermentation than traditional white tea, between white tea and black tea. The main production areas of white tea. The main production areas of white tea are Fuding City, Ningdi City, Fujian Province. Fuding City is one of the top 10 tea-producing counties in China, with an average altitude of 500 to 800 meters, which is the origin, main production area, and export base of white tea. Its main species are Fuding Dabai, Fuding Dahao, Fuyun No. 6, and Gelei. Zhenghe County, Nanping City, Fujian Province. With an altitude of 400 to 1,000 meters, its main tea species are Zhenhe Dabai and Fuan Dabai. Zhenyang District, Nanping City, Fujian Province. Zhenyang is the birthplace of white peony, with Huaiyi cultivated tea, and Fujian Shuixian as its main species. Let's look at the quality characteristics of white tea. In the 2017 National Standard, in the Terminology and Definitions section of white tea is divided into 4 products, namely Baihao Yinzhen, white peony, Gongmei, and Shoumei. Next, let's learn about the quality characteristics of these 4 types of white tea separately. Baihao Yinzhen is named because it is white like silver and shaped like a needle. The varieties of tea trees used to make Baihao Yinzhen are currently Fuding Daibai tea, Fuding Dahao tea, and Zhenghe Daibai tea. And the quality of the tea is divided into special grade and grade 1. Let's observe the quality of this tea sample. Its appearance features plump, hairy buds covered with silvery pico, with a silvery gray white hue, with a lustrous sheen, and are uniform in appearance and clean. We'll evaluate its internal quality through tea tasting. The liquor is light apricot yellow, clear and bright. The aroma is pure and fresh. Aroma of the silver tips becomes apparent. The taste is fresh, mellow, and refreshing, with a strong pickle flavor. The brewed leaves are plump, tender, soft, and bright. Next, let's get to know the qualities of white peony. The raw material of white peony is a single bud with 1 or 2 leaves from the Dabai Cha or Shuxixian cultivar. It is named after the natural spreading of green leaves with silver hairs and the green leaves holding the buds after brewing, resembling flowers. There are 4 grades of white peony, from special grade to grade 3, according to its quality. Let's observe the quality of this tea sample. The appearance of the buds and leaves are connected, with green surface and white bottom. Let's see the inner quality by reviewing the open soup. Its soup color is yellow, clear, with fresh, pure, and crisp aroma. Fresh aroma of hairs, mellow and crisp taste, full of hair flavor. The leaf base is bright, with buds and leaves in dots, fat, tender, and even. Let's look at the quality of gongmei. Traditional gongmei is made from cultivated small tea leaves harvested from groups of tea trees, which is called xiaobai because it has a thinner shape than white tea and resembles eyebrows. Nowadays, due to the scarcity of raw materials of the small tea, the price of making green tea is higher. Gongmei are also made from the second and third leaves of large white tea, which are also called dabai. There are 4 levels of gongmei, from special grade to grade 3. Let's observe the quality of this tea sample. The shape of the tea has hairy buds, slightly curled leaves, and grayish-green color. Let's look at the inner quality of the tea reviewing the open soup. The soup color is orange, with fresh aroma and hair fragrance. The taste is mellow and still crisped, and the leaf base is slightly bud-tipped, soft, yellow-green, and still bright. Finally, let's get to know the qualities of xiaomei. Shumei is made from the young tips or leaves of Dai Bai tea, Shui Shan, or group species of tea trees, and is divided into 2 grades, grade 1 and grade 2. Let's look at the inner quality by reviewing the open soup. The leaf shape is still tight, still curly, still grayish-green. Let's look at the inner quality by reviewing the open soup. The soup color is orange. The aroma is fresh and tender with hair fragrance. The taste is mellow and cool. The leaf bottom is slightly bud-tipped, soft, yellow-green, and still bright. In addition to the white tea categories we just introduced, there are also new processed white tea compacted tea, and old white tea products. New processed white tea includes 2 processes of fermentation and kneading on the basis of traditional processed white tea. New processed white tea has a softer taste, more like white tea that has been stored for a few years, which is easy to be confused with old white tea in terms of dry tea color, soup color, and taste. Old white tea is the white tea that has been stored in its natural state for a certain number of years, generally aged for more than 3 years, before it can be called old white tea. However, strictly speaking, white tea should be stored for at least 7 years before it has an old appearance, showing a sense of age, in terms of color, taste, shape, and inner quality. White tea, tightly pressed tea, named like white tea cake. In 2007, Tianhu Tea Company Limited made the first white tea cake, which is the first batch of white tea brick in the modern sense. In this lesson, we mainly learned about the quality characteristics of white tea. White tea has the reputation of 3 years tea, 5 years medicine, and 7 years treasure. So those students who like to drink tea can also store some white tea. That's all for this lesson. See you all